Next, let's queer up trans rights. Olympian Imane Khelif wrongly targeted with transphobic remarks by Rowling and Musk. Olympic athlete and Algerian boxer Imane Khelif has become the target of transphobic remarks on social media led by high-profile names like J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk. These remarks falsely claim that Khelif is a transgender woman despite there being no evidence to support this assertion. Khelif has never identified as transgender or intersex, a fact check from GLAAD and Interact on an organization advocating for the intersex right confirms it. These controversial stems from a statement by the president of the International Boxing Association, who told Russian news agency TASS that Khelif proved that they had XY chromosomes and were thus excluded from the sports events. In 2023, Khelif failed disqualification, however. The Washington Post reported that the exact standards that Khelif failed to meet were unclear. The issue resurfaced when Khelif began competing in the Paris 2024 Olympics. Italian boxer Angela Carini, who faced Khelif in a match at the Games, withdrew just 40 seconds into the fight, citing intense pain in her nose. While Carini did not explicitly question Khelif's gender, she remarked that it was unfair to compete against Khelif and suggested the International Olympic Committee should evaluate her eligibility. This incident prompted a surge of transphobic comments. Elon Musk, quote, shared a viral post that said, "Men don't belong in women's sports," and J.K. Rowling also shared many posts on Twitter disseminating false claims about Khelif's gender. I mean, memes and, Harry Potter books, which I've never read, set aside. I mean, the Olympic, Board of Governors, they have very strict rules and policies put in place, and doesn't sound like any of them were bent. So I'm all for the competition right now.
This is where education becomes very important. This is where, we wonder why, all of the letters in the alphabet, there's so many, but this is where intersex is a thing, just as asexuality is a thing. And I know with the pomp and circumstance that the media has hyped around trans issues, now we start dehumanizing other people's experiences. There are other people in the world who are intersex or who are born with extra chromosomes or who may have a hormonal imbalance, may have a little bit more of something than the other. This is where queerness steps in and tells everyone that there are people out here different than you.
Yeah.
There are people out here with experiences different. And this is very disheartening because it's really sad to see what this woman is going through, what this woman is going through, being dehumanized, being trampled on by people who have more money than they can do with in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's extremely upsetting, extremely frustrating. My heart goes out to her.
The first people that I'm super mad at is some of the media. Boston Globe, you're a piece of shit. Okay. Like your headline said, trans boxer advances. All right. You put that headline out there. How could you not fact check that and make sure that you're 100% sure of that fact before making it? The Daily Mail did the same thing, but I expect that from them. Right? I mean, it's, in Algeria, you can't be trans. You can't be gay, right? They could stone you. They could hurt you. They could imprison you, right? Algeria would not send a trans person to the Olympics, okay? I fear for Imane's life when she goes back to her country, right? Because all the misinformation, listen, how come we can't spread love that fast? Because let me tell you, that shit spread like wildfire. I was fighting fights all over Facebook with people, right? Lots of those people have taken down those posts, right? Because you're chicken shits. And once you find out the truth, then you're like, I got to take down this post because I look stupid. The ignorance is real, Jay, like you said it. You can't have XY chromosome together. Yes, there are men who have elevated estrogen levels. There are women who have elevated testosterone levels. It doesn't make them the other gender. This woman was born a woman, fought as a woman. A couple of years ago, she got her ass kicked.
By a woman.
By a woman. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody batted an eyelash. So what did she do? She went and trained harder and kicked this girl's ass. All right. The girl, the Italian boxer, she even came out and said, I shouldn't have said what I said. I just got hit so hard. I had never felt a punch to that degree. Right. And her first, it was like, wow, it shouldn't have been fair for us to fight because Imane was that good, not because she was a man, you know? Mark, help me here.
No, you're right. It was such a disappointing week in social media. I felt like I could hear Cyndi Lauper's True Colors in the background every time I was scrolling through the feed. Just the fact that nobody does any kind of fact checking before they share a story. Like if you know anybody from the UK or if you read any kind of online stuff, you don't share something from The Beast or from Daily Mail.
You know.
Or because you know that is just like the crap on their newsstands, like the Inquirer. And then came the apology posts. But by then, Cyndi Lauper has sung her tune. I have seen your true colors. The damage has absolutely been done. And plus, I don't really like the apologies that say, "Oh, I was wrong about her being transgender, so I'm sorry." So then that means that you still hold those feelings about transgender people. You're just apologizing now because she's a woman.
Yeah.
True colors.
That's not an apology.
No,
you know?
It's a justification.
And this is where I always say transphobia hurts us all. Like homophobia hurts us all. Like misogyny hurts us all. All these isms and schisms and risms and disms, all of them hurt us as a people. As a on the human level, because this is completely dehumanizing.
Completely.
And then just to take back that about, oh, she's a woman, but yet you still harbor. So if this happens to another individual, you still hold that same vitriol. Check yourself and fact check yourself. Education is important. If you don't know, shut up.
Yeah. If you don't know, don't say anything. You know, and it was crazy to be in these fights because I felt like I was in double dutch, right? Because I was like, okay, I'm not, you know, screaming for our community, but it not being a trans issue, but it being a trans issue, right?
All of the things.
Edward, were you godsmacked when you saw this all over?
It's just sloppy reporting. You know, I mean, that's where it starts. You know, it's like, you know, it takes a couple people to point out something that they think that they know, that all the facts to it, and then, you know, it spirals. So, yeah, it does make me angry, and it's sad.
It's not sloppy. No, it's not somebody who made an honest mistake.
It was intentional.
This is, it was intentional, is to bring up the issue, is to bring up the hate. I think it looks like sloppy reporting, but when you look at the Elon Musk and the J.K. Rowling and like where it was shared from and how quickly it spread from there, it's on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw some of the trans organizations locally, even they had to post certain things like, look, we're aware that this is going on, right? Please do your homework, right? And if not, reach out to us and we will school you on it.
And it's also, I think, kind of also people putting their their opinion on stuff that they are not qualified to. That's probably what upsets me the most about it. Like, stick to writing your stupid Harry Potter books and making those Tesla cars. And why do you need it? Oh, yeah,
exactly. Blow up on you.
Yeah, you know, and don't even, or maybe run X more properly. It's just. Why do you even have an opinion?
But they probably got excited. Elon probably got excited about it. Like, okay, great. I get to talk about the other side. I get to say how awful this is, you know? Or people stop talking about how my daughter hates me so much, you know?
Yeah.
So
we see why.
Honey, those trucks are so ugly. There is not a gay person driving. There better not be. We will take back your
That thing
your
looks like a roach. Every time I see it, it looks like a roach. It looks like a metal roach on wheels.
People throwing trash.
It just looks like roaches all over the place. I'm sorry. Those things are ugly.
It does look like a dumpster on wheels.
That's exactly what
It does look like a dumpster on
discount
wheels.
dumpster.
Yeah.
Just saying.